What up, party people? Welcome to Nerd Party, the show where we take time to celebrate all that is gloriously nerdy.
I'm Johnny Vu.
And I'm Christopher George, and I am just buzzing right now because we just came from watching
Captain America.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
As you can see, I got my Steve Rogers civilian outfit going on right now. I know I'm an Asian guy, I'm not white, but and I got the facial hair going on. That's because I got it's exams at school and I'm just stressed out. But this movie was so fucking
freaking awesome. It was awesome.
Oh, I haven't felt this way since Avengers.
The Avengers, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but
I don't
since
think so.
Avengers, I haven't just buzzed off a movie since that.
Yeah. No. I felt the same way. I was the first loser in line, but it's all right. It's okay. Yep, first one in line. Sat all the way at the top. You know,
there really wasn't any point to that.
I don't really care.
That's one thing. Before we get into it, that's one thing that we were talking about in the theater is that it sucks that they got rid of the. I understand why they got rid of the midnight viewing in most theaters because you got that whole stuff that went down in Colorado,
shooting thing.
But you know, like I think it kind of detracts from the experience now because it doesn't feel like an event because
there were some fangirls in the front. They were all
but I remember Masood's in the background, like my good friend Masood. He and I, when we used to do it, like theaters were just packed, and like it was like all the I think the last midnight viewing I saw was Revenge of the Sith, and there was like whole lineup of like people like in cosplay, and like it was just a huge event. Everyone cheered during the movie. No one was an asshole about it, and like it was just a good time. And like now that like even we saw the 8:00 show, 8:00 Eastern, and like it's like
they were
not even half the theater.
Yeah. It's like, oh, let me drag my girlfriend to the show. We clapped after at the end of the movie. I was like, oh, great, excellent, and everybody's just like that fucking.
Should have done a slow clap.
I know, right? And then like people are still. I swear people know by now, but they're still getting up and leaving before the post-credit scenes. Yeah. And there's two. Yeah. And these people just leave like I don't know.
So if you haven't seen the movie yet, sad. Wait after the movie's done, and then wait post-credits because you'll get 2 post-credit scenes,
which both were excellent.
I think so. They're really good. They're short, like they're supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a nice tease into what they have planned for Phase 3. What Kevin Feige has planned for Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But anyways, let's get down in the nitty-gritty. What'd you like about this movie? I know there's way too many things.
There's too many. Like, there's way too many. I was saying earlier to Chris that my mind is probably going to be all over the place, and I'm going to be jumping from one end to the other.
That's okay.
Let's try to start from the beginning of the movie. So, this is a totally different...
Are we doing spoiler-free?
No, we're doing spoilers.
Okay.
We're spoiling.
So, you haven't seen the movie.
Go watch
Disclaimer. Go watch it first, then come back to us.
So, this movie, honestly, from the get-go, from the trailers, you knew that it was going to be different. Like, if you remember in Thor, Iron Man, it was comedies almost. This one was like just like very subtle hints of it, and it was a lot more serious. It was like a crime, live action shooter, thriller, political drama. It was really nice. The Russo brothers really set an awesome tone to this movie. I freaking love it. Like,
yeah, the Russo brothers. I don't watch Community, but apparently this was their first foray into like taking a bigger project on the big screen. But yeah, they just did an awesome job. Like I know they're huge nerds as well, right? But with what I've seen you post your community posts and stuff. So I know that they're huge nerds. So that I was confident that they weren't gonna let us down, and like with all the buzz that we've been hearing about this film, like oh man, it just lives up to every single thing that every single good thing that everyone said about it. But yeah, like this movie was just like it was like Terminator, Minority Report, Captain America, and like
even a little bit of like James Bond for some reason.
Like all rolled into one. It's just like there's so much going on, and like it wasn't like the type of movie where they had so much going on that you just couldn't follow it. They had really good pacing. Like it would get really intense, and then they take it back down a notch, slow it down, and get into like the whole espionage type of narrative that they were doing. Yeah, like although they took you in different areas of film, like it was really emotionally engaging, and like it was just you're just enjoying the ride. Like it was an awesome roller coaster.
It was the film left off Captain America doing what he knows best, is pretty much becoming a soldier, and the film pretty much just I don't think Chris Evans has been better as Captain America. They just showed how brutal he was, how his the shield is not just something to defend him, but it's like he can use it as an offensive weapon, and you've never seen, like, I think this shield is now like on par with like Wolverine's claws, Hawkeye's bow, Iron Man's whole armor.
It's iconic now.
It's just, he used it for everything. He used it to beat people, defend himself, fall.
Yeah.
They
use it a lot more than they have in previous films. Like, and like with the action sequences, they were just superbly choreographed.
There were some.
I'm not sure who the fight choreographer was, but whoever they were, I hope you're there for the next 10 films, just because you're like, it was that great. Like, I think our favorite, my personal favorite fight sequence was the one in the beginning with GSP. I thought he was gonna go more of like a wrestling type of thing, but he just went all ninja and that shit. And
his little gymnastic flips.
It was awesome. Like, and that's the thing too about like Cap. Like, they really broadened his fighting range. Like, he was more acrobatic and
doing
like
spin kicks and flips,
how he should be. Like, like it's exact. They literally took the image of Cap's fighting style from the comics and translate it perfectly, in my opinion, on film. And I'm just a huge fan of like the way they did their action scenes. Like,
I agree. There were some scenes where they were using handheld, so they would hold it really close and like switch over here, switch over there, but it wasn't overused. Like, how some people use like shaky cam and you can't tell what's going on in the fight on impact, but like this was just, it was freaking brilliant. There was wide shots. It was very nice.
Seamless.
Very nice. I tried to tried to find some like, that was kind of weird, but it was all freaking awesome. I was just enjoying the whole thing, and
they're like, and like I was saying, like it was just a seamless sequence of action. Like when the people were fighting, like you couldn't tell if they used like CGI or like wires or anything like that. Like it all seemed authentically real.
And the awesome thing was like a lot of it took place during the daytime, so the lighting was awesome. You got to see everything. A ridiculous amount of Spartan kicks to the chest. That was freaking awesome. How do you like Winter Soldier?
I thought he did a pretty good job. He was like he felt like Terminator.
Yeah,
like,
it was like
nothing could stop him.
T-900 kind of shit. Yeah,
it was awesome. His portrayal as
I was kind of iffy about the arm in the trailer. I was like, oh, this kind of looks kind of like cheesy and like, I don't know, it's too shiny or something. But throughout the whole movie, like that arm was badass. You could hear it. You could hear it, like it's like when he's trying to stab Cap, his gears come on. It just like shoves it even more. Like it was pretty cool.
I did think that they were maybe a little bit late in revealing who the Winter Soldier was. If you don't read the comics, it's not really a surprise that Bucky Barnes is the Winter Soldier. It's not really a spoiler, but I thought they could have maybe introduced that a little bit earlier, so that it would give Cap more of a conflict to deal with. Inner conflict.
Because the title of the movie is The Winter Soldier. So like if you're interested in Captain America, I'm sure you would have searched it on Google to figure out who he was. So the reveal was a little late, and like that whole like shadowy figure on the assassin in the background, and when he entered that dude's house.
I thought that was kind of cool. I thought he was going to gun that shit that maid down.
Yeah, that was
instead of that guy who looks like Nick Nolte. What's that?
I can't remember his name. He's freaking awesome.
We usually have
our IMDb freaking here just so we can refer to it. Yeah, Sebastian Stan did a pretty freaking good job as Winter Soldier. I thought he would look terrible with long hair, but then when the trailers came out, I thought he looked really good because in the first Captain America, he was all right. He didn't do a bad job. He didn't do like a magnificent
That's
job.
why I was a little bit
weary about the Winter Soldier. Because the last thing I saw him was in Gossip Girl, not going to lie. And he was in a couple episodes in Gossip Girl, and he just played pretty much the same character, but a rich version of it. And then he left. But like he was actually awesome in this. His whole like soldier thing, and he's brainwashed. I felt that scene where he was just like, but like I knew him. I knew him, and then they were just like, "Shut the fuck up, get back in your chair, do your mission."
Yeah,
it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it really was like how it is in the comic books.
Yeah,
like when they don't need them, they
put them on ice,
cryogenics, and stuff like that.
Which is,
I do want to apologize to Scarlett Johansson because when she was first cast as Black Widow, back in. Forget the year, but it was for Iron Man. Right?
Iron Man 2, yeah.
Iron Man 2. I was a huge opponent. Like I put out the banhammer and I was just like, I was up in arms and like, screw Scarlett. Like she's just a pretty face, and like she's gonna do terrible with the character. And I totally take that back. I apologize, Scarlett. You're awesome as Black Widow. I enjoy your portrayal of her, especially in a time where people resonate with strong female roles. You do an awesome job. Like
she was badass. Maybe the only thing I didn't like about the movie was her hair. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
like who cares?
I thought it was better. I thought her look from Iron Man 2 was the best
one. Yeah, it looked pretty cool
because she had like really long red hair.
Yeah, it was all curly. She was the sexiest and just fucking badass. Yeah. What was I gonna say? I really hope they explore her background a little bit more, because you know how at the end of the movie pretty much reveals all that, like what she's done, all the good things that she's done for S.H.I.E.L.D. and all the bad things that she's done. So I hope they do a whole Winter Soldier
Black Widow type of thing.
I think it's going to be hard for them to actually throw out a movie like that. I don't know if Marvel's willing to take those kind of risks, but I'm excited to.
If they're courageous enough to take on these obscure properties like Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm sure a Black Widow, Winter Soldier crossover will, at least for the comic book fans. But I don't know. Well, you're right, because like if Captain America drew that many audiences, that many people for opening night, then I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how Captain America does first in the box office.
I'm sure it's gonna do fine.
I hope it does awesome.
You have my vote.
And if you're watching this and you haven't seen it, sorry for the spoilers, by the way. That's your fault.
Why you're watching this?
But
what's your problem?
Go fucking see it. It's just that freaking good.
So
I enjoyed it better than I'm not gonna say I enjoyed it better than Dark Knight, but it's in that arena. It's in that arena of Avengers, Dark Knight, and Winter Soldier. I'm gonna put it up in that category. You're in the upper echelons of the comic book cinematic universe.
How'd you like Falcon? I know that.
I like Anthony Mackie. I like him as an actor, and like he's got great charisma, and like he's fun on screen.
Yeah, I felt like he was like the comedic, like he was the comic relief kind of. I don't know why.
When they use I hate when they use minorities as the comic relief, but I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, I thought either if they used Falcon, if Falcon was in the movie or if he wasn't in the movie, it wouldn't make much of a difference to me. But like for how they used him, I thought he was cool.
I thought it was cool how they introduced him in the beginning. You know,
they can with that CGI. Yeah, I'm convinced that they could easily do like a Hawkman, type of movie.
Well, the
if
thing
they
is, like,
used it in that vein.
maybe you're not that excited about it because we've seen it all before. Like, if you think about it, it's pretty much Iron Man or like War Machine flying around dodging missiles and stuff.
Maybe.
And you've seen that all before. But I thought he was pretty good character because he clipped his wings pretty early. Like Winter Soldier just took him out, and then he had to do his thing. Just as a soldier, which was pretty cool. I thought he did a.
I didn't like want him to be like a complete badass because I like characters with vulnerability. Like I like heroes that have to overcome large obstacles because it just if things are too easy, it detracts from the significance of their character. Like as much as I love Superman, like he is a guy who's like invulnerable to basically everything, right? Like, and it doesn't cheapen the character because that's what Superman is. But I'm just saying, like it's better. I think it's better when heroes have something to overcome.
Yeah. So anything that you dislike, like you try to find something that you dislike about this movie.
It's so really I was really trying. Well, I wasn't trying to find something to not like because when I go into movies, I go there to be entertained. So when the film's doing their job of entertaining me, I just sit back and enjoy the ride. But if I do, the things that I did pick up are just nitpicky things, like the Falcon thing, for example. How he mentioned how like his partner or his boy back in the Middle East when they were on tour there, how he got shot down by an RPG when Falcon had the suit on. He was dodging shit that was like way faster than like an RPG.
He said something about how his buddy was in an airplane. I believe.
Did he?
And he couldn't do anything. He just watched them die, and that's how Cap pretty much just assumed that he was a pilot, but he wasn't really a pilot. He was actually
he's
wings.
He's an irresponsible pilot then, because I'm pretty sure anyone who's in like an elite level of piloting isn't gonna get that close for an RPG to fucking take it down.
I guess
if you're in like an F-16, I know they don't use those anymore. Those are kind of outdated, but those are the only model planes I know. But if they use like an F-16. You kind of have the advantage there.
they just threw that story in there so that the Falcon and Cap had something to relate to. They both lost people in the war. This is a start of a new friendship.
No, it's just me being nitpicky.
Like there were times where he would just like not have the backpack, get captured, and all of a sudden I have my backpack again. Like stuff like that. It's very minor. There's stuff like that in every movie. So
also like another nitpicky thing. Like I just kept thinking throughout the movie. When Cap was getting shot at and he was blocking with the shield, why did they aim for the legs? Why did you just aim for the legs? Didn't make sense to me. But that's just being nitpicky. I have honestly nothing bad to say about it. Nothing bad to say about this movie. I think the Russo brothers did an awesome job. Chris Evans did an awesome job. Scarlett Johansson did an awesome job. Everyone who was involved in this picture was just gave me something to just like rave about. Like, I won't be able to finish my goddamn essay today because I'm gonna be thinking about freaking Captain America.
I can't wait to own this on Blu-ray again.
I'm gonna see it 2 more times.
I'm probably gonna watch it a bunch. Like it was freaking awesome.
I haven't done a repeat film since Man of Steel.
Really?
Yeah. Wait, Man of Steel came out after Avengers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Man of Steel was the last movie
I did watched Avengers twice, watched Her, and that's about it. Like, I'm freaking so stoked for everything else. Even when we were watching the trailers, you got to see this whole year, Guardian of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, Days of Future Past. I'm really excited for all those too.
As a comic book fan, this was probably one of the best weeks I've had as a comic book fan because I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I'm a huge fan of Arrow. Jonny's just starting into it too. He's starting to become like a pretty big fan as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I can say so. Yeah. And
they came out with the Deathstroke episode last night, and holy crap, that was fucking awesome too. I'm just like a kid in a goddamn candy store, and
look where we are, right?
Awesome.
All right. Do you want to rate Winter Soldier out of 10?
I will give it a 9.8 9.8. 9.8 Chris Evans abs out of 10.
I'll probably give it like, honestly, like just because we just came out of it now, like I'm so freaking happy and I just can't stop talking about it. A 10, but like
I want to give it a 10.
It probably is like a 9.5 for my 9.5 Russian weird sniper bullets that you can't track out of 10. But it was freaking awesome. I couldn't ask for more. Like really couldn't.
It was just a great piece of cinema, and I am very, very, very happy with it. I hope Marvel is just in. They're doing everything right. Kevin Feige, I love you, man. Thank you so much. You are, I think John Campea said it from AMC Movie News. You are this generation's George Lucas, and thanks for the awesome time. And yeah, DC, you got some fucking catching up to do, bro. You got a lot. I know you just announced the
Batman, Justice League, Wonder
Woman, which is great. Finally,
it's just words, just announcing.
But yeah, you got a lot to live up to, guys, and fortunately, I have high hopes.
Well, I'm probably gonna go watch Captain America: First Avenger now and trash on how how not as good it was as Winter Soldier. But
Cool.
yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for watching. You want to plug your Twitter?
Oh yeah, Jonny Vu, Twitter, Instagram, it's all the same thing.
Yeah, and you can find me on Twitter at, if I remember this right, we haven't done this in a while, at _ Christopher G, and on Instagram at Christopher Judge XO. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to us and partake in the conversation. We really, 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 really want to hear what you guys think about this movie and all the movies that you guys are watching and all the video games that you guys are playing and all the comic books that you're reading. And I'm doing this thing with my hands and I don't know why. But yeah, we just want to engage with you guys so bad, like, because as awesome as Jonny is, I want more perspectives.
I want to talk to more people.
I want more perspectives. Like that's what is great about being a film fan, is because is that everything is so subjective. Like what I like and what Jonny likes could be different from what you guys like, and I think with varying opinions we can all come to some sort of common ground with the fact that we just enjoy cinema and we enjoy the multiple platforms that our beloved characters are portrayed in. And it's just an awesome time to be a nerd. Yeah. And with having said that, don't forget to celebrate your nerdiness.
Peace.
And we'll see you soon. Peace!